Good morning, welcome to Morning Review. This is Kim Watson speaking on Wednesday, the 23rd of December. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first, and as you can see, yesterday we managed to put in yes another reasonable up day. This morning we've pulled back from those highs, or through the Asian session we've pulled back from those highs, finding a bit of support at the moment at the lower bands here. It could pull back a little bit further from here, we'll see, but I'm just watching the upper side there to see. I mean, in general technical terms, it's sort of in still bull flag territory still. It has become a bit long, the length of the flag itself, and if it continues that way, well, perhaps it will just roll. So I'm just watching it carefully, but there is the possibility we could just see a live candle. I'll put this line on at the moment, but there is the possibility we could see a just break of these, push through this highs here, and move back towards yesterday's highs and maybe even the R1. We pretty much did the same sort of picture yesterday. However, as I say, it has dipped down on a smaller time frame. It's but a few lower highs and lower lows sort of in this pattern, and it has come back a good way towards yesterday's sort of starting point, so you just got to be a bit careful with it. The other thing I'm not keen on is the euro's done this and the pound has done that, which is unusual. Now, we had the pound selling off yesterday and the euro moving up. I say it's unusual, but I prefer them when they're approximately correlated, and they don't seem to be at the moment, obviously. So, and they haven't been overall for a few days now. So we're from here, as I say, possibly to the upside at the moment, what we'd suggest. Whereas with the pound, it's almost a reversal of this. Let's look at the bigger time frame first. It's been selling off, made new near-term highs, lows. Can even say it. Don't like to bring myself to say it. It's made a new near-term low. It's not quite obviously as far down as the April lows, but it has moved quite significantly down. From where we're sitting at the moment, well, there's no real signs of reversals apart from in the shorter time frame where it's on the 4 hourlies, where we've put a little harami in and then started moving up and broken through the bands at the moment. That may just pull back within. Potential target up to the 15, maybe if it can get any traction. We could see a push up to the R1 and back towards yesterday's sort of levels, maybe even beyond. But as I say, it has, to me, got quite oversold here, got quite extreme on the hourlies yesterday. There's always the possibility it might want to pull back, but it's already gone from extreme from one side and it's become a little overbought, almost looking on the other side. So it's pillar to post sort of case here. May run up, push and start getting some traction to that upside. Dollar yen, it's a mess. I'm not really going to say too much about it. It's just consolidating here. There's little I can do, but like the pound the previous day, when you see it doing like this and moving like this, we generally see quite a shove out of it. Sorry, I'll come back to the pound the previous day. That had that same pattern up until just after midday there, and it's mid-morning rather, than it started rolling and eventually rolled completely. So, but it had a decent move from it. And the yen is not too dissimilar in its pattern in the sense of the way it's rolling down here, but its moves are quite shallow. Aussie dollar. It's continued its shove up yesterday, pushed up quite well in the end, but it made some highs yesterday, never actually got beyond them, and it's moving back towards those at the moment. It's getting quite around about that there. Actually, it's just run into that sort of zone. And it obviously was a supply zone around that sort of area as the price came off. It didn't come off particularly quickly, and it's holding there. It has got the daily pivot untouched. My preference would be for it to break its trend line as opposed to try and do anything from where it is at the moment. But there's a potential, if it does start rolling over, it could come back towards that daily pivot. Whereas if we see a bit of dollar weakness in the euro and the pound start moving upwards, well, we could see a similar sort of picture in the Aussie just continuing this route. Canadian dollar, well, there's been a bit of a respite in the oil prices. Oil prices, I'll just come to show you that first. The oil prices have moved off the lows of the $34 lows and moved up a little bit, a couple of dollars. So it's helped the Canadian dollar without any doubt, and showing some signs of that. It's still got its untouched weekly pivot below, which is a reasonable target. The pivots here on the daily point of view are very pinched. Yesterday's range was very, very tight. We see a lot of this at this time of year where the ranges, you just see currencies trading in ranges. Then you get a bit of a break as the traders that are trading just see the opportunities and off it goes. So this could be going pretty much soon. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. News-wise today, we've not got a lot of news out there. We got a current account at 9:30 for the UK that never really moves too much normally. Beyond that, the final GDP, again, it's not a big mover, but we'll see if we get any kickers with the final GDP. We're pretty good at counting beans, and there's only been, March was the last time we saw any sort of adjustment on the numbers. Actually, before that, September the previous year. So it's generally the figures come in generally in line. Okay, 1:30 we've got Canadian retail sales and GDP. GDP comes out monthly in Canada, so that's of a lesser significance in real terms, but the retail sales might give a bit of a kicker. In the US at 1:30 we've also got the core durable goods figures. Again, this is a bit of a variable number, but may just give a bit of a kicker on a quieter day. Aside of that, it's crude oil inventories in the US at 3:30 might give the oil price a little movement as we see demand or the fact that the inventories are growing. We'll see, although they're expected to come down this time. So overall, not a lot of significant news there today. So we may get much of the same as what we had yesterday even. Okay, have a great day. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye.